Who would like to recap our previous session?
So, last session, we convinced Brother Gideon Lightward to let us take a short rest before we went downstairs into the temple. While we were taking that short rest, a couple members of the party, Rowan in particular, but a couple members of the party took the time to study their gracious host and his Mesoloth companions. Realizing very quickly that he was not a caster like some of us thought he was, but hand-to-hand combatant was significantly more likely. Suddenly changing our opinion of the whole thing from him being a preacher to him being more like a monk. Not just aesthetically, but very likely mechanically. We learned about Brother Lightward that he doesn't come across as insane. Like, he generally like seems to have his wits about him. He just believes that the angel Zariel is still a good guy, and is totally willing to accept the fall of El Terrell in the ideology that it will be restored, not necessarily restored to the surface, but just restored in general to being a place to be livable and whatnot, once Zariel's plan has come to fruition. Civilian casualties are acceptable to him so long as in the end the war with the demons are dealt with. To that end, he had informed us, the whole reason we were taking the rest, he informed us there was a portal down in the lower temple that was allowing demons to slip in. He allowed us to enter under the idea that we were going to come down here and shut the thing down. Very quickly, once we arrived in the basement, Rowan found tracks, which he pointed out to Gilwyn. Gilwyn then followed the tracks, leading us through several corridors until we found a room with 6 statues in it of gods in their various states. This temple does not seem to be desecrated like the last temple we were in. It just seems to be disused. As we were getting ready to follow the tracks down one of the hallways, our resident wizard came to a stop, turned quickly, drew out a silver dagger, and hucked it across the room, pinning a mephit between the eyes. I believe it was a mephit. No, not a mephit. Mephit's an elemental. It was a... not an Emperor pseudo-dragon, but the other familiar that certain warlocks can have, the demon one, who's skipping my brain. Dungeon. I was about to say Dungeon Master. Do you know what it was?
I'm opening up my book to that page real quick. It's a closet.
Closet, yes. Closet. There was an invisible closet, and our resident mage spy master spotted it despite its invisibility, and then not only spotted it, but he critted. He nailed that thing right between the eyes and dropped it, collected his dagger, and we moved on. Him saying he didn't notice any others. As we continued to follow the trails, we found our way to a room that's the room that we're currently in, that there's sort of like a ledge that we're standing on, and beneath the ledge is a pool of water. There are tapestries hanging in this room that at one point probably showed the sides of good, fighting the holy wars and whatnot, but it has been ever so slightly corrupted by demonic influence, and we can see that there's a portal on a far wall. The pool of water has been filled with not just water, but also demon ichor and bodies, and some sort of battle has happened in this room, and we have shown up at the last. The only survivor being a man who would later be revealed to us to be the older Ravenguard, the leader of Baldur's Gate, who had come to El Terrell before it fell in an attempt to save the place and research the coming issues that we are currently facing. Upon his head was Dr. Fate's helm. I mean, a golden helmet that we would learn is feeding him the visions of Torm, a lord of order, if you will. but simultaneously, because of presumably the corruption of this area, it's also feeding him the mind of Baphomet, Demon Lord, one who we've encountered minions of before. It's basically driving Baldur or Older insane, as he's basically being possessed by two. I'm gonna say two divine entities, but I mean that divine word in a neutral, defining sort of way, because one is a god, one is a demon, but same thing. They're large, powerful entities that are both trying to speak through him, and
different kinds with the same core.
Yeah. Well, one's lawful, one's chaos, presumably. But enter my joke about it being Dr. Facehelm, because you've got the Lord of Order side from Torm, and then you have the Lords of Chaos side from Baphomet. We realize that, yes, we need to get this helmet off of him, and I mean, technically none of us are trying right now. It needs to come off of him, and Rowan's going to re-suggest that to the group, that like as we move forward, like get that thing off his fucking head. Just know it's not going to sever his connection, and we need to sever his connection to shut down the portal, or to at least interrupt what the portal's doing. We realized that Faria could do that. Now, while we're dealing with him, as I approach him, as Rowan approaches him, 3 minotaurs come out of the portal. Without thinking about it, I get him yanked up onto the platform out of the water, and I step down in it, immediately feeling the effects of the ichor, but not letting it affect me till the fight's over. The lizard, the drake, also joined me in the water. It saved, which cracks me up, because I had to roll really fucking low to not save. I want to be clear. Constitution saves are one of my trained saves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I still, like, that's one of the reasons why Rowan's been so big on, like, I'm not worried about mutating, ha ha ha, in game, because, like, he had to roll fucking low to fail, and he failed by 1 when he did mutate. But after we defeated the Minotaurs, which, 2 of them stood back up after they were dropped unconscious,
Yeah.
because of nat 20ing their saving throws. Because, dick. We did defeat them eventually, and the mutation started to take over on me, and I realized as I was being lifted out of the water that my ears had grown, we'll say they grew like 3 inches, and the hair has begun falling off of them. They're basically sort of leprosy and gross. These giant bunny ears started to flap, and they just sort of lifted me up out of the ichor-ridden water to save me from mutating any further. At that point, we realized we needed to come up with a plan. Rowan explained to the group the Arcana check he had made, with the help of the wizard and the my familiar, that he needs to be taken back to Faria so that she can perform, for lack of a better term, an exorcism to separate him from the influences that are getting to him. While that was going on, Gilwyn, Druzzl, and Fick were attempting to basically heal Alder because he was in a deteriorating state, and they wanted to stabilize him basically before we moved ahead. So while they did that, I was doing my research, come together, plan was made. Look, we are here for one purpose and one purpose only. It's literally the whole reason we're in hell, is to get this guy. Now, I'm all about saving the city, and I want to save the city, and like there's a goal there, and we got to stop Zariel. But the primary goal that we were sent here for is get this guy out. Period. No matter the cost. He's the leader of one of the major cities in the Forgotten Realms in Faerun. He's the leader of one of the major organizations. And the whole reason we were actually funded to go on this mission in the first place was Boston convinced the council of Baldur's Gate that we could be trusted to get him back because he was still alive. the captain in Baldur's Gate was like, "Oh, crap, you believe he's alive too?" And I was like, "No, I don't just believe he's alive. I know he is, because not everybody remembers this, but in our very first session, he's the one that got us arrested and press ganged into this thing in the first place. It was like this guy was 100 steps above everybody else and knew that he was going to need us down here. So coming to rescue him was always the purpose. So Rowan's like, we got to get him out. Fick is like, but loot. Rowan was like, what loot, or what greater loot is there than that of life? And Fick was like, okay, and he acquiesced. To that point, Gilwyn cast Pass Without Trace, turned into a spider, climbed in his pocket. Fick grabbed a hold of Baldur and was getting ready to use his movement speeds via the flying umbrella to get out. The full plan here being that basically no matter what happens, Fick's got to keep moving. Now, ultimately, I think we all need to head south, get to the stairs first to go up together. But the whole stealth boost is specifically for Fick, so that Fick can escape regardless of what happens.
Gideon, I got no problem leaving your guys behind.
Yeah. You, Cam, and the body are basically supposed to get out and leave me and Druzzl and the Drake and the horse to deal with the problem. Now, that said, with any luck, myself and Druzzl, between the two of us, we can convince Gideon that us leaving is all part of the great plan and that it's going to shut the portal down and be diplomatic about it. However, if diplomacy fails, like, you're already going to be, they're not going to be spotting you, because the whole idea is that you still already ground up. You're gone. Yeah. Druzzl is also informed that, here's the kicker. Like, if we have to fight this guy, there's no way I can do it on my own. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a tank, but there's no way I can take Gideon on my own. Like, he's got demonic backup, so I need your help. However, if shit hits the fan and we're struggling, Druzzl, you need to rabbit too. Be gone. I will cover you for you to leave. And the party knows to wait 5.5 hours. Okay? If after they've left this place, after they've got him back to Feria, after the exorcism's going on, if I am not back within 5.5 hours, then they need to know two things. Either one, I'm dead and I'm not coming back. Or two, be here in 5.5 hours to cover me. Rowan is super confident that he can still escape without the party's help, or at least he plays it off that he is super confident that he can cover everyone's escape, everyone's fleeing, and then successfully get himself out of here. Whether or not that's going to play out is one thing. Hell, for all we know, we might not even have to fight him. Maybe Gideon will be like, yes, I see your plan, that this exorcism has to occur if we want this portal to be shut down. He might be like, cool, works for me. I don't know. But the backup plan is, if he doesn't buy that, which is the truth, like, the truth is we need to get the exorcism to happen if we want the portal shut down, and we told him we're going to shut down the portal. So it's not like we're lying. We just got to convince him that the plan works. If he doesn't buy the plan, me and Druzzl are going to go after him. Just the two of us, plus our pets. And that is where we left last session.
What I'm doing, the first thing I do when I get out and get this guy safe.
Well, first we got to make sure you get out.
Well, yeah.
But the first thing is
find a new crew.
He's gonna give up on us?
No, I'll get a feast ready, and that way it'll be either a you made it out alive or recruitment feast. One of the two.
To be fair, Gilwyn's opinion, since he's technically the quote-unquote leader of the caravan now, what he told me was that if I'm not out in like 5 hours and 15 minutes, in 5.5 hours, Scorpion Wind will be here. And not only will he be here to cover me, he'll have all you guys back, plus anyone he can convince from the caravan to also join him to lay siege to this place if I'm not back in 5.5 or 5:15. So, and I was like, bro, if I'm not back in that time period, I'm dead. Like, let me, like, whatever. And he's like, no, man, if I'm in charge, that's my man. And that means my man died to devils, demons, or whatever Brother Lightward is. And he's like, I can't be okay with that. I have to go back and at least try to recover his body. And I was like, Cam, dude, relax. Gilwyn, here's the deal. You also have to honor the words of the dead. My guy is playing off, Rowan is playing off like he's your general. Your general sacrificing himself for the greater good of the party is a great way to die. If you come back and basically sacrifice members of the caravan to try to recover his body, you have now dishonored his death. And Cam's like, oh, I wouldn't be foolish, but I definitely would come back. I'm like, okay. So that is why Cam was completely fine to be like, no, I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace and climb in the pocket as a spider and be gone. Because if I've got to come back, we can do that next session. So.
Okay. Rowan, you gain a point of inspiration.
I already have one. Let's pass that to Druzzl. Because I think he doesn't.
I did not know. I do now.
Okay.
And then basically, as soon as the plan's kind of revealed and everybody agrees to it, Pass Without Trace happens. Gert can make a stealth check, and the group starts moving south.
All right, here comes my.
Wait. And Druzzl, as part of the plan, was supposed to cast guidance on you. Because you have it, right, Druzzl?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you cast guidance on him, Pass Without Trace occurs. That means Fick has a 21 to 24 plus whatever he rolls. So as long as he doesn't roll a nat 1, he's going to have a damn near legendary stealth check.
Nice.
What you got for your stealth there, Fick?
I'm waiting for. Are you gonna cast Pass Without Trace from Yoan's sheet onto me, or do I just need to add that manually?
Just add it manually.
Which I believe is a plus 10.
It is a plus 10. So whatever he rolls, he's got plus 10 plus a d4 if he wants to use the d4, which I suggest using the d4. But
I'm gonna. That didn't roll. Awesome. Come on. Why are you not rolling?
oh, you have the effect cast on you now. Are you grabbing the dice on stealth from your skills page on your character sheet?
Yes.
And then either
There it goes.
There it goes.
Pass Without Trace did not apply to that roll. So you currently have a 25. Do you want to roll a d4?
Yes.
For a
29.
29, one shy of legendary. If you roll a 30, God's got a hard time trying to find you, and you got a 29. Lastly, Fick, because you're already stealthed, your movement speed is not 50 right now. It is 25 because you move at half speed while stealthed. But that's still 75 feet a turn. Yeah.
Right.
So I know why Pass Without a Trace didn't work, and that's because that's the concentration effect, not the actual.
Oh, whoops.
I kind of want to re-roll it and see if we can get it right.
Nah, you got a 29. If you re-roll it, the best you can get's a 30. Like, just let it go. Technically, the best you can get's a 40, but 30 is the best anybody in the game can spot at.
All right.
Sounds so disappointed.
I have a 60% chance of getting better.
All that mattered is you didn't roll a 1.
This is true.
Okay.
And if we douse the lights before we make it to the top of the stairs, Light Ward and his minions are going to use their passive perception to spot you at a -5 because they're doing passive with disadvantage. So, like,
Fair.
just don't roll a 1 and you probably succeed at this.
All right.
So,
I'll take the 29.
So I guess the next question is, can you lift Ravenguard?
the umbrella
I have average strength.
The umbrella can?
The umbrella can lift up to 600 pounds. I think.
So are you just gonna hook him by his belt loop?
That works.
Because I don't think the umbrella itself has its own set of arms.
No, I'll hook him by the belt loop. That works.
Okay. Sounds good. Then Fick hops onto the umbrella thing and whooshes down the hall.
I do suggest us going up the stairs before him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that we can basically, Druzzl and I can make sure we have Lightward's attention when Gert comes up the stairs.
Very well.
I mean, we're gonna move. We're gonna move slower than they do, because I don't want to unsummon and resummon my companion currently, and it's at 20-foot movement per turn instead of 40.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be a little slow anyway.
Yeah, but as long as we don't encounter any combat, that's not going to matter. We can still move in roleplay time, which is we just get to the stairs before him.
You guys head up the stairs. It's going to take me a minute to attach him to the umbrella anyway.
Also true.
Okay, why don't I just go ahead and start putting tokens over here, because I don't have any encounters for down here planned.
Gurk, you also could have a strength of 23 for an hour if you want.
That's true. I do have that potion. I don't need it. Not yet.
They get all this done, and Nilhan, almost immediately after you do this, says, "You know, I have one more spell of invisibility, right?"
I don't think we need it currently. I also forgot Nilhan was there as part of the plan, so hopefully Nilhan sticks with us to help me fight Gideon if I've got to.
Not that he's in much of a condition to fight. Without a long rest, his hit points are at an 18 max.
Oof.
Thanks to those ghouls. Or the shades or whatever.
In that case, I'm going to throw a healing spell at him as we're walking down the hallway.
Well, he only has one wound. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah, and his max has been reduced because of the shades.
Right.
Were there rules on the shades on how to recover that?
Long rest.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay. And for the record, 600 pounds, yes, is the broom's carry weight. Or the umbrellas.
I will allow a lesser restoration for it to recover those maximum hit points, but aside from those two, that's really...
I don't think I have that, so...
I don't have that.
Looking at my
Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have given myself bardic inspiration. I could have gotten my legendary.
No, you couldn't. You can't cast bardic inspiration on yourself.
Oh, that sucks.
Okay.
I keep forgetting I have that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I missed my chance. We've already moved ahead forward, but I was originally going to ask you to cast bardic inspiration on me or Keith so that when we try to convince Gideon, we had that as a bonus to our dice rolls. But we're past that
A very
opportunity
good
now.
bard.
I mean, we could very faintly in the background, and as he's flying past, hear him just like playing.
Nah, I like the idea that even we don't notice where he is at
Fair enough.
Okay.
because we don't want to give him away.
Marching order?
I'm gonna take the lead if that's all right with Druzzl and Nilhan.
Sure.
No,
Side-
absolutely acquiesces.
Side by side with my horse, and I'd actually suggest Nilhan
Be in the middle.
be in the middle and have him be never more than a square away from my horse so that my horse can protect him.
Okay.
I love that I keep saying horse when really it's an iron pony. It's an iron Shetland pony.
Then we will start with Rowan.
Ah, moving us straight to the stairs. Got it. Close this map and make big that map.
Moving right there. Don't move tokens yet. I want to get everyone that can fit right here on here first. So we've got the Steel Defender. And then we've got Nilhan. And then Druzzl, and then Druzzl Streak.
Sure. Yep. And as I'm coming up, I'm not being shady about it at all. In fact, I'm trying to be intentionally not shady. So, like, as I'm getting towards the top of the stairs, before I even see the Mezzoloths, I'm, like, not whispering, but, like, quietly going, Light Ward! Light Ward! So that I have his attention basically the moment I'm coming up the stairs.
Oh, the Mezzoloths are dead.
Softly, not whispering.
See. And what was that? Not Girk, but somebody else said something at the same time.
That was me. I said the Mezzoloths are dead.
The Mezzoloths are dead. Well,
Yep.
that's not a good sign. The moment I see the Mezzoloths, I stop talking and I will hold my hand up behind me to tell everybody to wait. Or to go slowly. I need my light source to move. I've already
Right.
given my position away by talking, so. As I get to the bodies, passive investigation of 20. How did they die?
Combat.
They look like somebody stabbed them to death or something?
Yep.
Or are they? Oh, good. All good. 20 investigation. Signs of a struggle. What am I seeing? Are there demon blood splatters? I'm looking for Ichor. Like, did they fight demons? Did they fight devils?
Neither. Any blood traces are
Theirs?
nope, mortal.
So they fought humans. Oh, that's not going to be good. Well, I say humans. Well, that's not a good sign, I say out loud as I come up the stairs. Weapon drawn. Oop. What is that? Reveal yourself to me.
A Leonin walks around the corner. He is dressed in chainmail. And he looks at you, puzzled.
Passive insight of 15. He looks puzzled, but does he strike me as like a crazed cultist or like a normal sane person?
What was your passive again?
15.
He seems normal, sane.
The moment I had seen the bodies, my weapon would have been like pointed tip up. The moment I see him, I point it tip down, so he sees that like I'm armed but not like threatening. And I say to him, "Speak, friend, that I may pass." So basically question like, are you my friend? Or are you an enemy?
The Leonin kind of tilts his head to the side. Well, I'm not an enemy. At least not yet. That is yet to be seen. You don't look like someone I would be opposed to. Far from it, in fact.
Who then do you oppose? I want to be clear, I am wearing my Tallyman guys right now.
I
So
oppose.
if he knows the children's story, he would know that I'm the Tallyman, or at least dressed as him coming up the stairs.
I oppose those that keep Elturel from its proper place in the material plane.
Can the rest of us come up at this point? And
Yeah,
and
Yes.
can they hear
and-
that? Because if they can, I would shut up and basically wait for them to come up.
well, my dwarf would have a response to that if he heard it.
Okay.
But I don't know if we made it all the way up.
Yes, you're basically in a line behind Rowan.
Oh, okay. Just none of the rest of the tokens had been moved, just Rowan's.
Sorry.
It's all right. So my dwarf's gonna say, "Bloody clear that is."
Bloody clear that is. I love it.
Well, I don't know where this person considers the material or where the proper resting place of Elturel is supposed to be.
He considers the proper resting place to be the material realm, which is accurate. I respond to Druzzl with agreed, and I look at him and I look at the Leonin and say, I'm trying to figure out the best way to word this in response to what Druzzl just said. I say, I ask him, whom do you serve? But at this point, my weapon is completely in a non-hostile stance. Like, I'm not even like my tip is not just like angled down, like my arm has gone limp. Like, I'm just sort of sword down.
Ultimately, I serve Elturel.
That's not clear either. Fuck.
Ultimately, I serve Elturel. However, as of right now, to reach those means, and he motions over to the side, just as someone says, "To whom are you speaking?" Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there is a woman with long, black, wavy hair, black leather armor, a tiara made of silver to hold the hair out of her face. She carries with her a battle axe, and she currently has it over her shoulder. And the battle axe has the depiction of 5 dragon heads.
Oh, come on.
Criminy.
Crimony's not necessarily a bad thing. Remember, we here are allies of at least one version of Tiamat. So,
And Rowan actually recognizes her. This is...
That was my next question.
This is Tiamat, the obsidian dragon.
I grip my teeth behind my mask, but I immediately sheath my sword. And you can hear my teeth grinding. And I look at her and I say, the Lady Obsidian, and I bow my head, and I avert my eyes when I bow my head. Now, yes, I'm wearing a mask, so nobody can see this, but you know, given who she is, she can tell what I'm doing. And I just tilt my head forward. And when I look up and I say, the Marionettes stand before you again, milady.
I'm gonna leave my hammer floating in air and just cross my arms behind it.
I also wave my right hand behind me for the party to come up past me, Keith, if you want to come ahead.
Aw.
If you want. You don't have to.
I can see you.
Yes, please. You may leave the stairs. I'm sure I'll be more comfortable on solid footing, at least.
After people do leave the stairs, I move myself over oops. My token got... Stop it.
There you are.
Okay. Let's go there and then there. What are those guys?
Well, the person that you're standing to, you would also recognize. It is Aiden, the cultist that was there during the ritual.
The cultist that was there. You're gonna have to help me out. Oh, Aiden, brother Silence.
Yeah.
Boy, I wish I had Boston right now. I start basically moving towards the center of the room so that Keith knows and Girk knows, so that I could basically lead everyone away from that curtain. Girk's got damn near godly stealth. Yes, there's a god here, so whatever that means. The goal is for Girk to come out through that curtain that the two of them are standing in front of. Because as far as I'm concerned, he still needs to get the F out of here.
All right.
But I don't move here until till Druzzl and stuff make it all the way off the stairs. And I can't move my horse, so.
Sorry. Move him right behind you.
Let me see if I can do this without. Did that auto approve?
No.
Okay. I was trying to do it so that I didn't, hit any walls.
Oh, okay.
So I see Gideon. Who are these other three entities?
Where'd everybody go? Oh. Okay.
Okay. So Gideon is dead in front of a masked person, dressed in yellow.
He dead?
Yep.
Okay.
That's even scarier.
I'm gonna go get some ice cream now because this is getting good.
This masked unknown has a yellow hood and a porcelain mask in front of their face. You can't tell their race, you can't tell their gender. Just that they hold themselves with confidence and with a bloody rapier.
Taking stock of the room, I nod to that person immediately.
and they nod to you.
What about the other two?
The other two, well, the one closer to you is a druid. Well, at least she dresses like a druid. She's obviously an elf with long red hair that goes past her shoulders. But half of her face looks like it's been marred by fire. Behind her is a wildfire spirit that has taken the form of a lynx.
Okay.
And she has produce flame spell in her hand that she's holding with palm up.
Aggressively or like she's playing with it?
Passively. She's acting like the torch, or she's acting like a torch right now.
Okay. Okay. 6, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Closest curtain without anybody standing in front of it is only 40 feet away. Just putting that out there.
Which means I could slip away down that hallway, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Assuming nobody
That's
notices
what-
you.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave you guys to it.
So after nodding to everybody in the room, I look at the obsidian lady and I say, "Milady, as far as I knew, your essence was already in this place. And I must admit, we have invoked that as a threat against the enemies of Elturel. Because, she owes us a favor." Tell me,
Wait,
is
which
it
god's here? Is it one of my relatives?
It's Tiamat, but it's specifically the version of Tiamat that is the goddess of life, Tiamat. That Boston worships. That when we were on the island, we woke her up, and she was the one that looked at you and was like, that pointed out that you're still sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one that's here. She's standing right in front of Druzzl.
Oh, it's so tempting to say, "Hey, Auntie Tiamat."
The thing is, again, I'm going to make the statement I've made several times. God himself is pretty much the only thing that can see you right now as a general rule, assuming somebody's got a legendary perception check out that doesn't have a legendary perception check out there. She literally came to the top of the stairs to see who the Leonin was talking to, which means she's probably not operating on passive. She's probably operating on active, which means she might be able to see you, in which case you maybe just want to acknowledge her without talking as you're going past. Otherwise, she might think it's rude.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a tilt of the hat, or if you're not wearing a hat but you act like you do.
Also,
Just-
if this room is that well lit, there's debris in this room, right, Jaime? Isn't that what you said before when we first came in this room?
I think so, yes.
Okay, yeah, because you're going to have to stick to the debris anyways, Girk. Otherwise, your exit's going to be noticed anyways because of the light sources.
Fair. Yeah, so when I'm going from one debris pile to another, like you do in video games, you always have to cross an open space. During one of those, I'm going to kind of give her a small tip of the hat.
The question is whether or not she chooses to give you away or not.
She's an active god. I'm a sleeping god. She wins. I follow her lead.
She is not an active god. She is actively becoming an active god. Technically, we're in hell where evil Tiamat, well, technically this one isn't exactly good, but you know what I mean, normal evil mother of dragons, mother of chaos Tiamat is. And that Tiamat wants to usurp Zariel and take over Avernus. This Tiamat, Boston's goal was to install her in the material realm because the other Tiamat, Dragon Tiamat, technically serves Asmodeus. This one does not. This one can have her complete own agenda. Now, Girk, you can preemptively say that you want to spend the favor that she owes us to keep, for her not to give you away. But that's up to you. So far, nobody in the group, like, it's kind of nice that we have the favor she owes us. So,
Kind of want to keep it for something a little bit more dangerous, more grandiose. It feels like Dresden ordering a donut.
fair.
You know?
Maybe spend it if she calls you out for her to let us
Right.
tell her companions to
Right.
stand down and let us leave. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so he makes an acknowledgement towards her as he moves towards the door, but she's the only one he makes an acknowledgement towards as he tries to stealthily escape.
Okay.
Because after all, if I didn't say hi, I could never look her in the face at family dinners.
True. She's been the kindest god we've encountered so far. Of course, she's only the only god we've encountered so far.
Second god.
Who was the other one?
The goddess of nature who you used the temple for in order to create her manifestation.
Yes.
She offered popcorn to you.
Boston was too busy getting electrocuted to pay attention to any of that.
Fair enough.
If you remember correctly. He used the power at that particular moment to awaken everybody's weapons to the second tier. Now that we're in a new tier of gameplay, the time has come to start awakening weapons into the third tier. But so far, the only one that's made any moves towards evolving their weapon, even incidentally, is Gilwyn, because currently he's got Treant knowledge of Hell. He's got Genius Loki with Avernus. So, right now, we're all paying attention. Boston wasn't last time, and Rowan was spying on that interaction last time. He wasn't part of it.
Right.
In fact, the only one here that was part of that interaction were Fick and Gilwyn.
And they're leaving.
And they're trying to leave, yeah.
Okay. Well, I went ahead and rolled perception for Tiamat.
And?
Yeah.
Go ahead and move. Or do you want me to move your character?
Please move my character.
Okay, you can move up to 75?
Yes.
Alright, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And do you want to continue going out that direction, or do you want to circle around towards the way that you came in?
I want to go the way we came in. We know that if anything, we cleared a path.
Okay. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. You tilt your hat to Tiamat, but it was obvious that Tiamat did not actually see you.
Girk, you're earning points towards being a god of stealth right now.
This is the second time I've rolled this high. 28 last time. Not the last time I stealthed, but the last time I rolled that high, it was 28. It was, I think it was in the bathhouse.
Nice.
By the way, I still have your unseen servant on this map.
Yeah, the unseen servant would be dissipated. I can't go beyond 60 feet of it. I'd have to recast it.
I was kind of pissed because I got that great stealth roll, and Cam rolled in that one.
Oh.
Yep.
And alerted everyone that we were there.
I remember that, yep. Okay, so he makes his rabbit for it. I'm unaware that he's made it past. I just have to hope. I'm looking at Druzzl. Druzzl, how are you reacting to this situation? Basically, I don't know that you're probably also unaware whether or not Fick has made it past. So I'm looking to you for any hint to how you feel about this situation.
I am not happy that there's a whole bunch of Tiamat and Tiamat worshippers here. But at the same time,
To be clear, have you been informed the uniqueness about the Tiamat cultists in regards to the Obsidians out of game?
neither in nor out of game.
Were you in game with your previous character at all when we encountered the cult of Tiamat, the cult of the dragon?
No.
No.
Okay. Long and short is, your character as a marionette would have been at least lightly informed of our correlations to the cult of Tiamat, and that's that the founder of the Marionettes worships Tiamat, and he hates the evil cult of Tiamat, the evil cult of the dragon, and so he not only there's a legend that him and the god Fick, they would have been intentionally told as part of Fick's story. The Marionettes and the god Fick are basically seeing to a change in the church of Tiamat. So there is the cult of the dragon, which is evil, which is known to be dark, and then there's Aiden, who is this priest that's standing immediately north and left of me, who is, I call him Brother Silence. I gave him a fang of Tiamat and then explained to him how Tiamat is not a god of evil and death, but a goddess of life. If you think about it, dragons were the first beings in existence in the Forgotten Realms and Faerun, which means that the mother of dragons would have created life as it was known in Faerun. And so he worships her for that reason. And he sort of used that to talk to Aiden, and in that moment, he had Gilwyn the druid open up basically life magic, nature itself, within this temple to a life goddess, and Tiamat revealed herself to us there. Evil Tiamat, the original Tiamat, would not have been able to probably even step on that island without having some sort of issue. This one could. So this is a different... This is Tiamat, but not. This is like the Tiamat we're hoping will replace the other Tiamat. But she still technically is an essence of the same divine being, which means she could still have a hell of a fucking temper. But you would have at least base knowledge that while we may not consider her a good guy per se, and their church good guys per se, we do view them as their church as allies of the Marionettes, even if they're like tense allies.
Yeah, I still wouldn't be happy that they're here. I
also kind of wish that Cam was here now because there's a druid, because who knows, this druid could be a member of his circle from the island.
But like, I also wouldn't be openly hostile. I'd just be not indifferent, but more annoyed that the plan changed, but glad that it wasn't me that caused it this time. Because I keep forgetting about that.
I forgot you have a flaw that is you ignore the plan, don't you?
Or it goes horribly well or horribly wrong, one of the two.
But that's all you give me, though, is the stoic dwarven body language of this is annoying, but what's going to happen next?
Considering I have had no interaction with Tiamat and the cult, regardless of that you guys have said that we're in league with them and this is the better of the two, to me, especially with my god being Torm, it's still Tiamat.
But okay, fair. If that conversation would have ever come up between characters at some point, and we could totally roleplay it later if you want, this Tiamat would likely be in alliance with Torm if she was able to take the throne from the other Tiamat.
Interesting.
She wouldn't necessarily stand in opposition to look at Discord. I think Jaime just shared the picture of her.
Yep, that is Tiamat. I've also got the Leonin.
Thundercats, ho!
Next is going to be the Druid.
Oh, goodness. And the face.
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go tell Sawyer something.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Aiden I just have as the general cultist.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, then I look back at her and basically wait for her response to my original statement, which is, if you don't remember, basically, what are you doing here? Because there's already an essence of you in hell. Like, like, don't want to be in your way, but like, I thought you couldn't be here.
Exactly. There's a part of me that's here. I seek to reclaim it. And I also need to prepare the prison for my brother.
Prison for your brother?
For Bahamut.
Yeah.
This plane will become a prison for him, just like it was for me. Just like you revealed to me to be a goddess of life, I'm going to reveal his true nature as a god of tyranny.
I would actually stop and I would take my mask off at this point and I would look up at her and I would say, more like a god of despotism, wouldn't you say?
Yes. I can agree to that.
I must say, admittedly, because I'm going to speak brazenly even to a god, I'm not sure I'm comfortable with the idea of a god known for his goodness being placed in such a place as this. However, the power of Avernus could not corrupt him any more than he may or may not already be, in which case Bahamut being placed here would simply increase the matter of law, since he's a lawful good god normally, and you stayed evil. I wouldn't say you stayed evil, but out of game she stayed evil, just became evil life. I would say, to me, while I would say my statement about I don't necessarily agree with him being here, I don't find that palatable. I would say I must admit I find that far more palatable than the fallen angel who has stolen cities from Zariel.
I'm back.
Hi, back.
I'm gonna be slightly distracted because I'm cooking dinner while I'm bringing my laptop to the kitchen. That's the fucking point of these things. It's mobile.
Understood.
I would say plainly, whether or not I agree with your path, milady, I do not believe myself, or at least the marionettes present, wish to stand in the way of your goal. We simply wish to see the end of the chaos that is holding the desert sun in its place, because the city is called the Desert Sun. So that is keeping the desert sun in this place. Will you allow us to pass?
Of course. I hold no ill will to you. In fact, to a point, I believe we have the same goal. Elturel has no place here in hell, and needs to go back.
I would stop. I would start to walk away, and then I'd look at her and I would say, well, Elturel's place in hell is only as relevant as Neverwinter's place in the shadow plane, or in the plane of shadow. which is my way of saying, yeah, we need to get Elturel to the surface, but would it really offend anybody if we had like a counterpart city down here as well, the way that Neverwinter has a counterpart city in the Shadow Realm? Because part of me is still thinking about dropping half the city on the Devil Army.
I need to look at one of the characters' insights. Okay. And this one? Oh, that's gonna be funny. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the Leonin looks a little upset at that. Like, no part of Elturel deserves to be here. Like, he didn't get it.
Ah. I turn to him and I say, no part of Elturel deserves to be here except for those that signed up to choose to be here. At this point, I reveal because I got my badges on my bandolier or whatever, and I reveal myself as a Hell Knight of Elturel by pointing to my badge, and I say, 50 years ago, the Hell Knights chose this place. It would be cowardice to turn our back on our cause. And it would be cowardice of any soldier to choose not to take a foothold or a bastion or a beachhead where they can.
Be careful. You sound more and more like, or the longer you speak, the more you sound like Zariel.
Do you know why she fell? I would say, tell me, beast, because point out that I'm a prey and he's a predator. I'm a rabbit, he's a lion, and I've got that whole racist thing. And I say, tell me, man beast, do you know how the story of how she fell? I would say how it fell. And you know what? Fuck it. Not only am I going to do that, but I'm going to actually put intimidation in my voice. No, I'm not. I thought I was trained in it. What? According to my character sheet online, I'm trained in it. Deception, history, insight, intimidation, investigation, perception. Deception, history, insight, intimidation, investigation, perception. Yeah, okay. So I am supposed to be trained in it. Okay. So yes, I will drop my intimidation on it. Just so that there's like... I'm basically trying to pull rank as a Hell Knight, you know? I'm gonna burn my inspiration. If I'm not intimidating, I'm not intimidating, but I'm gonna try to be. For 20. So basically I bark at him when I say that. Since he tried to, threaten me with that, be careful.
Hmm.
Does he know the story of how she fell?
Blinded by her hatred of the demon, she allowed herself to become a devil.
Is that all he says?
Yes.
Childish naivete. Blinded by her hatred of two enemies and an unwillingness of those she considered her allies to stand with her, he chose to take soldiers of this city to fight an enemy that needed to be fought. And when that fight could not be handled, she fell. But it all stems from an unwillingness of those around her to stand with her. Her fall was no failure of her own. And as I say that, I walk away. I just start walking this way towards that door. Basically putting it on him, like, you can either step up and be part of the solution or consider yourself part of the problem. And as I'm saying like that, I'm putting my mask back on so that if he knows the story of the Tallyman, like, he's very much aware that the Tallyman is looking to count him if he doesn't step up. Soldiers are not to blame for their superiors' mistakes. And I kind of hope Druzzl and Nilhan follow me. My horse would follow me, so hopefully Nilhan will. But otherwise, I'm basically passing turn so that Druzzl or Nilhan can chime in.
Nilhan just kind of shrugs and follows.
Yeah, I'd happily pick my hammer back up out of the air and follow.
How do the Nilhan and Druzzl react to what I've said? Curiosity.
Nilhan reacts with measured silence. Like he is an observer.
He's taking mental notes.
Absolutely. It's what he does.
I do want to be clear then for his mental notes. Nowhere in anything that I said do I deny, and you can roll insight for other people in the room as well. Did I deny that Zariel's a problem that needs to be dealt with? She's absolutely a problem that needs to be dealt with. I just don't blame her for being the problem. I blame the people that didn't stand with her.
The spirit, seeing you approach that direction, steps aside to let you pass.
Druzzl, your reaction?
I'd probably follow you, shaking my head and muttering, "Gods."
Gods.
Like, yes, I follow one, but ever since I've been down here, y'all are fucking assholes.
I'm going to go ahead and remove the horse just to make it easier on movement.
Yep. And you said the spirit moves out of my way?
Yes.
I say thank you in the primordial language of Ignan, the language of fire. I thank it for allowing me to pass.
It nods at you.
I feel like when I speak in primordial, it's probably like poetic. Like, think the poetic Eddas of Norse mythology. Like, I probably use some sort of quote that follows a poetic primordial language thing, because that's sort of how I feel like I view primordial.
Right. Aiden kind of steps forward as you're walking by. You said you were marionettes. The last, I don't recognize any of you. I was hoping that the Tabaxi would be with you. Have you seen him?
So as he starts to talk, I basically come to a stop, but I don't I don't turn around and look at him. I say over my shoulder, to my knowledge, he has not yet made it this far. As was our last understanding, he was making his way to the keep of candles, and would be finding his way here eventually. We serve the Lord Fick. Sorry, the Lord. What did you Girk? Did you call yourself something while you were wearing the mask?
Nope.
I'm trying to.
Visage.
Visage.
I wanted Visage.
We serve the god Visage, and the mongrel druid. I kind of look. This is when I would sort of look over my shoulder at Flame Girl. The mongrel druid, whose circle I spied, forming upon the island, forming, at the temple of Kirineth, right? Kirith? I mean?
Yes, I believe so.
That we spied forming at that temple. He leads us. Because he would know Gilwyn and Fick, so.
Right. Well, those two sound familiar. Alright, I do know those two. It's good to know that they are well.
Look around you, Father. We are in Avernus. None of us are well. And after saying none of us are well, I would continue upon my merry. At this point, I'm sure Fick has also probably moved further ahead because we've had time.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Sorry.
As I'm passing through the curtain, I say over my shoulder, "Be careful. The meeting hall of Torm in the lower temple has been corrupted. A portal gapes wide through which the minions of Baphomet may enter." Not gonna lie, Jaime. I've been over here shitting bricks for 2 weeks because I thought I was gonna have to solo fight Gideon. I thought Druzzl and I could take him. It would be hard, but that Druzzl was eventually gonna have to rabbit before that fight was over, and that it was gonna be just me and him. So, this interaction just woo. Relaxed 2 weeks of stress.
Just be glad you didn't piss off Tiamat and have her against wanting to fight you.
Again, to be fair, this isn't a fully powered Tiamat, so hopefully I could take her for long enough. But also, I did have 2 escape plans. They're solo escape plans. I can escape just me, which is why I was going to buy time for everybody else to get out and then try to escape myself. One escape plan is, don't forget I have the cloak that lets me dimension door teleport 500 feet. Also, somebody last session reminded us that we have the Mythic Odyssey of Theros heroic origin feats, and mine is heroic destiny, which is if I'm knocked unconscious, I go to 1 hit point instead. So basically, I was going to fight him till I was knocked unconscious, go to 1 hit point, but be dropped on the floor with him thinking I'm dead. He comes up, checks the body. Hey, he's dead. Come to my turn. Dimension door, poof, when he's not looking. Batman style. He thinks I'm dead and looks away. When he looks back, I'm gone. Because Batman. 2, if that didn't work, I still have my genie vessel, which is a ring, which I can be inside of for 6 hours. Thus the 5.5 hour statement. If I'm not back in 5.5 hours, then that means I'm currently inside of my vessel and unable to get back. But that's 5.5 hours worth of short rest I could have used to heal before trying to fight him again. So I had escape plans.
You give the information about the portal, and Tiamat responds with, then we'll make sure that no one gets through. At least until a way to close it can be found. I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Be right back, guys.
So they're basically
as he flies out.
basically they're gonna hold down the fort.
I accept that. Passive insight 15. Do I believe that they're going to hold down the fort and not try to make use of the evil portal?
Correct.
Okay. Cool. Then to Feria we go. Fick should arrive well before us, since we stopped to talk.
Right.
I am now back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Let's see. So delete.
It's still over, so
Delete.
clean, but I'll clean the stuff.
Okay. So, gonna work on removing these. And I guess I can just put in a picture of High Hall, huh?
Yeah,
We don't
we don't
necessarily
need a
need-
map for that.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm not gonna lie, I was shitting bricks for 2 weeks about not dying against that guy. So like, on the one hand, the role play there that we just got to enjoy with the Obsidian lady is beautiful, and I'm super happy about it. On the other hand, I'm not satisfied because I was prepared to have to duke it out with somebody and potentially sacrifice my character.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Like, as a player, I'm not satisfied. As a character, anybody with a passive insight of higher than 15 can probably tell that knows Rowan, so that they have advantage on this check. Probably knows that I am like, obviously like, oh, thank God. So Rowan is happy about it. Carl is like, oh, okay, that could have been better, but it also could have been worse. Whew.
Oh! I just noticed when here, I'm gonna move your token back. When I delete someone from here, or from the
There's a
tracker,
splatter.
there's a splatter now.
We now have a body splatter. Ah.
I can still see the what used to be the Mezikines,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Mezzaloths.
Mezzaloths.
Move Fick in so he can see those on his too.
Working on it.
So, Fick, do you see the splatter to the north and the 2 splatters to the south?
Second, I got a close picture of High Hall. And we got. Oh, nice.
Yep, those are dead bodies. Now we don't need to actually keep a token on there for dead bodies.
That's funny.
That's awesome. Okay.
Okay.
Closing this map.
That's awesome.
Resharing High Hall. Okay. So the first one to get there is Fick with Ravenguard. And you already know your way into the underground of High Hall, so you can head straight over to her if you would like.
I do.
Okay. Okay. You find Feria, you find Feria rather easily. She's treating people, and making sure that everyone is well. When you approach, at first glance, she sees the man that you have hooked by the pants and is ecstatic, and then realizes his condition and quickly goes to concern.
Yeah, because I'd also imagine that being hoisted around by your pants like that is less than dignified.
He's less concerned about his dignity and more concerned about the fact that he keeps going between celestial and abyssal. You found him. What happened?
Oh, you know, little of this, little of that, and there he was. Take good care of him.
I'll see what I can do. What can you tell me about his affliction? If anything.
Not much. You have to wait for the rest of the party to get back.
Vic,
Start organizing
you know
it.
all of it.
Then I say no time. Get a party ready. If needs be, we're going after to get the rest.
Understood. Let's see. She
Because
points.
I imagine even if you guys do manage to make it out, there's a very good possibility that you'll make it out hot, chased, and I want them to be ready just in case.
Right.
To be fair, there's 0 chance of us being out chased.
Does Fick know that?
Yeah, that was the plan. That my character would have died before letting you guys be chased out. That thus was the whole 5.5 hours thing that I gave you. You guys should have a 5.5 hour bare minimum safe window that Fick is aware
I will tell her that she's got 5.5 hours in peace. Use of it the best you see fit.
She nods, points to Thantorm, Trevik, or Trevik Thantorm, and starts directing people, gathering guards, points to Teagues to get supplies to make Ravenguard more comfortable, and just is not commanding but directing. She's also getting supplies, or she's also asking for supplies for a ritual.
How long after he gets there do we get there?
I'll say about half an hour. During that half an hour, what is fixed?
Because I would imagine that I'm booking ass to get out of there, and you guys found a peaceful solution, so you're just walking.
Not just walking. Like, we're definitely booking it, but we're not running because we don't need to. We know that we were allowed to escape, and we don't want to give off the impression that we had a reason to run and hide.
Right. Honestly, during that whole conversation, I was just waiting for one of them to go. I was like, aren't you missing somebody?
None of them knew how many people went down there, so they had no reason to assume that there was other people with them.
And to be fair, Aiden did ask about Boston, and we pointed out that there are other members of the party, Thick and Gilwin.
Hang on a second. Hey, Sawyer, dinner's ready.
I think so.
When we arrive, in an attempt to earn myself a new inspiration point via roleplay, I'm basically going to let Druzzl, the horse, and the drake make their way inside together, and I'm going to Batman in. I'm gonna Bamf. I'm going to use my dimension door to get in.
Show off.
Because roleplay. And I'm basically just going to appear next to Faria at some point and just lean over the body that she is ritualing over, Baldur, and be like, what is his condition? Have you succeeded at the exorcism? And probably scare the bejesus out of her.
Let's see.
We don't have any shredded cheese. I'm going to disappear in my room.
Let's see. You do scare her. Or startle her at the very least. Then she rolls her eyes and goes back to the ritual. Let's see. Oh, that one. Okay. So, sorry. So, the helmet the helmet itself is what is channeling these two entities, which I believe are Torm and Baphomet are vying for control. The helmet, though not innately magical in and of itself, supposedly has the ability to establish a connection with Torm, as the helmet was given or given to the town.
I would interrupt her and say, yes, we found him in a place that I believe once may have been sacred for communication with Torm. But it had been corrupted by a portal to Baphomet.
That explains much.
There is another thing to consider. At this point, I would fully remove my mask and helmet so that she can see my demonically affected ears. And I would say, I removed his body from a pool of ichor, which means that flesh warping may be found within his veins. To that end, I want to do something nobody else has done yet. I'm going to pull out my widget wand, and I'm going to cast thaumaturgy on him to create a minor miracle to try to leach out any potential ichor that has made it into his body. Basically to assist her in her ritual. I'm giving her advantage. I'm aiding another on her ritual check. And for the next 8 hours, I'm able to cast thaumaturgy as a cantrip, because that's my widget wand's base ability. Is pick a cantrip I don't know, and I can cast it for 8 hours.
Okay. So you do it, and or you cast your spell. There is thankfully no sign of ichor within him, so he hasn't been mutated.
Yeah, I still continue the thaumaturgy, basically like cleansing, the
Right.
equivalent of ritual cleansing, so that I can make sure, quote unquote, it's kind of like the Dresden thing of you got to take a shower before you cast your ritual spells, because like you've got to be clean yourself. So I'm basically using thaumaturgy to clean his body, quote unquote, for the purpose of the ritual of exorcism.
That makes sense. Okay. Now, I have all the materials ready. It's just a matter of getting him to the right location now, and I will need some help with that. There's an altar to Torm on the second floor. I was going to have someone go cleanse it, but it looks like someone had already done so, surprisingly.
Since my helmet's removed, at this point, I simply wink at her when she says that.
But I'm also going to need the great sword of the unknown hero. It's down here, and let's see. It is down here, just on our way upstairs, which we need to take Ravenguard upstairs. But we need to take the great sword from the statue to help perform the ritual.
That's on you, Druzzl.
I missed what was said, but I know approximately where we are.
The sword needs to be claimed from a statue down here and carried up with us as part of. It needs to be used as part of the ritual.
Okay.
As for everyone else, if you can help me get Ravenguard upstairs, we can begin the cleansing.
I'll go get the sword and go upstairs.
I say, give me but a moment. And after a few moments of me muttering some arcane incantations, my unseen servant appears, quote unquote, appears, and picks Ravenguard up. And I say, take him to the hand of Torm aka the Torm statue upstairs?
It's actually the statue that was to the... Or let me actually bring up the pictures. Or the maps, I guess. Let's see. Is it really... It's really going to do this to me, isn't it? Here we go. So... I've got the map up. Let me see if I can, or y'all probably can't see anything on here, can you?
Nope.
Couple arrows.
Let me move. Nope. Delete the mask. Alright, I'm gonna temporarily turn off the... I think.
This is a very informative sentence. I'm
Sorry.
gonna turn off the I think.
I'm gonna temporarily remove the I think.
There you go.
There we go. The Fog of War. So, the altar that she is talking about is going to be... this one over here.
Yeah, I still can't see nothing. Oh,
Yeah.
I see a yellow circle beside
Yeah, I
two
saw that.
yellow lines.
Yeah, I don't know why it's yellow, though. It should be blue because I thought it would match my dice. Sorry.
We're still on a pitch black background, I mean.
Oh, really? I thought that I
Yeah.
removed the Fog of War.
Yeah,
You might
but
still need your tokens on there.
yeah, I think we need our tokens on there. Hey, look. I can see things.
I can see a few things.
Oh. Again, why is that yellow?
That didn't help my vision at all.
Wait, the Fog
I
of
mean,
War is
it didn't-
still up?
The fog of war's gone. We can see the white. Me moving forward didn't help my vision at all.
Really? I still have Fog of War.
Well, we don't. So we still have line of sight impediment.
Ah.
But you can...
Oh, the curtain's closed. The big one in the middle.
Alright,
Aha! I can see this circle now.
yeah, that's the altar that she is referring to.
Got it. I remember this altar. That was the first one we cleansed.
Yep. Let's see. This. Clear that drawing. Okay. So, so that's the altar that she needs cleansed. The sword. I'm not going to keep this map up for too terribly long. This is just going to be to show you where it is in relation to everything.
Yeah, but we can't see that unless you move our tokens to it. Aha! Oh. This is back at the top entrance behind the thing, right? Behind the organ?
No, this is the...
Oh.
This is the underground.
Oh.
Like if you look over here, those are the stairs that go upstairs
Gotcha.
from underneath the altar.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, this was, or like y'all went south, and you completely missed this altar being here.
Well, and we also, technically, Keith was able to get us a full view of where we needed to go in the basement, and we ignored basically everything because of that, because he used his bat.
Right. And, but in the back here is the statue of the unknown hero.
Okay.
The small isolated tomb opens up at the end of a flight of broad stairs off the open central area of this level. The body of a young woman lies at the bier, a gleaming greatsword at her side.
And boom, just like that, we found the sword of Zariel.
Oh, if only you were so lucky. But anyway, moving y'all back to the other map. So Feria says that, once everything is in place, she needs to say a prayer, or she needs to say a prayer in front of the statue. While she says the prayer, she needs someone, one of you, to hold the sword of the unknown hero, gently resting against the helm of Torm's sight, which is the helm that Ravenguard is wearing.
Druzzl, take the sword and touch it to Dr. Fate's helm.
All right, I do that. I draw out the sword and I touch it to Dr. Fate's helm.
Okay, let me get an...
Trigger the apocalypse.
I forgot to tell you, make a Constitution save. No.
Actually, yes. He needs to make a Constitution save.
Fuck. Can he? I mean, I'm thaumaturgying this body to cleanse it for the ritual. Does that give anybody an advantage on their checks?
No, you know that thaumaturgy doesn't do anything mechanical.
That's why I was trying to use it fate style for creating an advantage.
Nah.
Me being a cleric of Torm doesn't do anything?
I'll give you advantage for that.
You said it was a con save?
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't do anything mechanical. It says create a minor miracle.
Nat 20 for a total of 23.
Okay, cool. You make that save, and Let's see. Where's my... Wait, I'm already in that screen. And immediately emerging from the helmet come two will-o-wisps. Everyone roll for initiative.
At least we get some combat.
Yeah, it's two will-o-wisps though.
Hence why I said some.
Wow. Girk, Druzzl, and Rowan all rolled 23s.
No, I rolled an 11.
Oh, 23 was your con save.
I'll let you decide since I didn't move him up here. Do you want Nilhan to be up here or do you want him to rest?
Rest.
Okay.
However, what's her butt would be with us.
Oh, Lulu.
Lulu. Yeah, I was about to say Lucy.
I need to make sure that I grab the right version of her.
You also need to put Rowan's Steel Defender and my Drake Companion back up.
And Rowan needs to be in a square.
I guess that means that I need to be in a square too, doesn't it?
Why
Yeah.
did it move backwards?
Because I was trying to move you and you moved
Oh.
yourself, and so it registered me as me moving you
Gotcha.
after you made your move.
Oh, Druzzl also needs to be in a square.
Okay. It is this one. And then this one. We have too many pets.
At least we don't have our druid here today to conjure animals. Too many pets. You realize that at next level, Cam will be summoning 8 pixies, right?
Madre de Dios.
And each of those 8 pixies will be able to cast polymorph on the members of the party and turn them into Tyrannosaurus Rexes, and then also cast fly on us to turn us into flying Tyrannosaurus Rexes.
I quit. I ain't keeping track of all that shit.
Didn't we warn you about this like months ago?
Okay. Wait. Now there's 2 steel defenders and
And 2 Drake companions.
what the heck?
All right. Apparently, I didn't have my aura.
All right, now we have what? 8 people against these 2 will-o-wisps?
Yep.
Glorious.
Imagine what it would have been like if Nilhan and Gilwyn were here.
All right.
My Still Defender's initiative would also be 23. He goes on my initiative. He just goes after me.
Okay, Rowan. $25, that's a hit.
Or 17 plus 3, because that's still not factoring in. I've also been calling that 3 lightning. It's 3 thunder, for the record.
Okay, it is partially resisted. Or the thunder is resisted, rather.
The thunder is
So,
resisted. Okay.
the D8, or the D8 is thunder. So 6 plus 9 halved. That's 4 damage from 4 of thunder damage.
Well, it looks like it handled the partially resisted dice.
Right.
Or does the 3 count? Does the 3 count as part of that D8's roll?
I was going to add it all together since it was all the same type of damage.
Fair. So that's 9 cut in half as opposed to 6 cut in half.
Correct. So that would be 1 more damage.
B.
Okay.
And then I... Oh, that's not fair. Rue it. I trigger my psychic. 7 psychic.
Okay.
I don't know if he resists psychic or not.
You add +4 to that?
Yeah, it's a D6 plus my intelligence modifier.
Okay.
I still don't have psychic dice as an attack on my character sheet.
All
Now
right.
I know what I need to add to my character sheet.
It is unconscious.
Screw it. I'm gonna step here. And then I action surge. Because if I can kill him and save everybody the struggle, I'm gonna. Okay. D-target that one. Target this one. Fusroda!
Hit. Okay. Takes 11 damage.
And I pass turn to my animal companion, who moves up next to it. And the animal companion is... Oh, I gotta open its character sheet. Which to open that, I go to the library. No. Campaign. NPCs. And then look up my name to get my stats, yes? On the creature?
Yes.
Rowan Steel Defender.
I mean, you could just double click on your Steel Defender
Like on the map?
that's on the map and it'll open its sheet straight up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
For a nat 20.
And where is it going?
It's attacking. It's moving. It's standing on top of the body that's down.
Okay.
For another 8 damage to that guy.
Okay. It is still alive.
Jesus. Fine. Pass turn. Gurk, it's your turn.
My. Alright, I know what I'm gonna do. There we go. Let's see. Let's see if this works.
Will-O-Wisp number 2?
The one that
You targeted the one in the south, which is already dead. Or dying. The northern one is the one that's...
I meant, no, that's not who I meant to drop it on.
Gotcha.
Do you want me to re-roll it?
No. Just go ahead and, or if it'll let you roll your damage on 1.
Well, I tried. Maybe I was just off on my mouse.
Maybe.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one worked.
And it is down.
And I'm done.
Okay. I need the Steel Defender to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Its con saving throw. Boop. It's not letting me select it.
Oh, I might have to roll
As-
it for you then.
Yep, it's con +2.
Actually, it's not letting me select it either. What?
Okay. Oh, nope, I can't roll it that way either. Hey, I figured out how to roll it.
You gotta click the S and then drag it.
Or just tap the S.
Oh, it got a 9?
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. Well, your Steel Defender dies.
Just dies outright?
It dies, and the Will-O-Wisp 1 heals.
How did it just auto-kill that thing? That's like 21 hit points worth of damage.
Consume life. As a bonus action, the Will-O-Wisp can target one creature it can see within 5 feet of it if... Oh, that has 0 hit points and is still alive. Never mind. I read that. I thought that the Will-O-Wisp itself, if it was at 0, can do this to recover. But never mind. I read it wrong.
Even still, it's terrifying.
Yeah, it can auto-kill someone at 0 hit points.
Gotcha. Brutal.
I know, I guess death saving throws. Fail. Saving throw. Fail. Lulu is gonna go over there and start stomping on them.
Respect, Lulu.
How do you want to die? I want to be stomped on by an elephant while having sex with identical triplet cheerleaders.
I mean, it's a way to go.
Okay. We'll go to the acolyte. She's in the middle of saying her prayer. Druzzl. I need you to go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw.
$19.
All right, that is a success.
So is the one that's down here dying on the ground the only one that's left?
Yes.
Has it... Alright, I'm gonna walk over here and I'm gonna punch it twice.
All right, the ritual is interrupted.
Oh, Druzzl, yeah, you're supposed to be
Oh.
holding the sword to the guy's head.
Alright. Well, had I known doing that was gonna interrupt, I wouldn't have moved. I'd tell my Drake to go bite it.
So you start to walk away, you see it interrupt, and you turn around and run straight back and touch his head?
Yeah. And then tell the Drake to go bite the will-o-wisp.
I imagine they're kind of like dandelion fluff if you try and bite them. It's very comical, I imagine.
Okay. So Drake runs over and goes chomp. And you're not wrong, necessarily. So will-o-wisp dies. Is the Drake doing anything else?
So that would be its action. As of right now, no.
Okay. Old Ravenguard is stunned. Top the initiative. Will-o-wisp appears. Out of the helm. Rowan.
I move there.
You know, if you'd gone two more further north, you'd have advantage.
Meh.
So Rowan moved. Oh, there it is. That is a miss.
Not to put a buzzkill on everything, but are we getting to a point where we can take, like, honestly, a 20-minute break?
A 20-minute break? That's a long break.
My dogs have to go to the bathroom.
Ah. Kind of mid-ritual. So I don't know.
I'm posing it to the group, but specifically to Jaime, are we getting to a point where a break would be possible?
Well, the ritual needs to go for 5 rounds. Since
And this is round 2.
Right, this
Okay.
is round 2. If you'd like, we're at the top of the initiative. We can pause right here.
Is the group okay with that?
Meh. I mean, the dog's got to go out, so there's nothing we can do about that. Like, that's just
Right,
what
and
it is.
I can't just let them out the back door anymore. I have to take them to the dog park.
Ah.
Oh, that explains the 20 minutes.
Well,
Yeah.
let me finish my turn at least because I've already attacked.
Okay.
So let me wrap up my turn. Secondly, this one's relevant, so I'm not going to give you too much shit, but this is one of the things I was talking about with talking on somebody else's turn. Your turn is literally 2 seconds from now. So you could have called it out on your turn 2 seconds from now.
My apologies. I didn't think about it.
Finishing up my turn, the Steel Defender is going to move directly north of that Will-O-Wisp.
Okay.
He moves over there drunkenly. And he tries to attack it with advantage. No, he doesn't have advantage because of I need to re-roll that. I thought he had advantage, but that's Baldur or older Ravenguard, so he wouldn't have had advantage on that. And he misses.
Yep. So it'd be Fick's turn. Girk sounds like needs to take care of his dogs.
Yep.
I guess we can take a short break.
I will attempt to. I'll bring my phone with me. I will attempt to log in to Discord at the park, and if I can hear you guys, great. We can continue. Just won't be at my computer, but my apartment seems to be a cell phone hole.
I see.
So, all right, I will attempt to communicate with you guys in a few.
Okay.
Okay. In the meantime, while he's getting that quote unquote set up, I guess a small, or at the very least, a small bio is in order. So if you need to go to the restroom or get something to drink, this is probably a good time to do it.
Groovy.
I do plan on taking advantage of it just for a small bit, and I'll come right back. I am back. Has Gark managed to set up connection?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay. While we're waiting, Carl, are you still at your computer?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I just had a really quick question concerning the Sunday group that you're assembling. Eclipse said that he was waiting for you to make the Facebook group. Did you get the information from him?
Oh, I completely forgot. He did message me on Telegram. He did it late at night that night, though.
Oh, I
Um,
see.
So I saw the message, but then obviously because I saw it, it cleared it as a notification. So I haven't gone back and looked at it.
Oh, shoot.
I did not get the information from him. All he said was also, he was talking about you. He's also Bengali said you wanted to do a Facebook group? Question mark.
Oh, okay. Well, he's not at
So-
work right now, so if you message him, he should be able to respond. Of course, he might be playing a game, so I don't know how much attention he's going to be paying to Telegram.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I'm between Keith and my parents. Hopefully, I can get everything that I need to get that campaign off the ground by my birthday.
Your parents?
Yeah, well, for my birthday presents. Because
Oh,
I need. There's 2 books I need for Fantasy Grounds, on top of a couple other things. So,
which books are they?
Van Richten's Guide, at the very least, Van Richten's Guide, and then I want to get Curse of Strahd because it will help with the things we're pulling from Van Richten's Guide. Also, Curse of Strahd is so we're going to be playing in the domains of Dread, in the midst of Ravenloft, which means that the easiest campaign for them to wander into is going to be Curse of Strahd.
Right.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that's what they're going to wander into. It's just the easiest one. So I need to make sure I have that book on Fantasy Grounds.
Makes sense. And it probably has rules on the Realms of Dread anyway.
It does, but not. I mean, that's Van Richten's Guide is going to cover most of that. So.
Okay. Is the Witchlight book based on a Realm of Dread?
No, though arguably yes. So the Witchlight Carnival takes place in the Feywild. However, the Witchlight Carnival is technically cursed, and should the Carnival Master ever lose control of the Witchlight Carnival, then its mirror counterpart, Carnival, which does exist in a Domain of Dread, swaps places with it.
Oh.
Yeah. So I technically need the Witchlight book as well.
It looks like the Witchlight book is already on here.
Yeah, it is. I was one I had you purchase that I paid for.
Right, because that's the one that has the Herringons.
Yep.
Every time I see the Witchlight thing, it reminds me of the Dark Ring Master from TikTok.
Yep. Well, arguably, his campaign is. I'm going to be that campaign's what I'm going to be drawing a lot from. For
Ooh.
mine. Yeah. My campaign is going to be the Domain of Dread, where, how do I put this? Arguably, his campaign is a domain of dread. He just doesn't call it that. Because if his campaign is a domain of dread, then Hugh Percival Lacrosse cannot be a patron because he's dark power or whatever,
Right.
dreadlord, and dreadlords can't influence the world outside of their domain. My campaign is going to take place in an area that is like that, except with a dreadlord as opposed to a patron.
Okay.
So, arguably, that's something that the group can wander into. My campaign is going to be about, so to get between the domains of dread, you have to find keys, and that's what my campaign is about, is the keys. But very specifically, it's about the powers that be, because no campaign, even the domains of dread campaigns, are about the powers that be. They suggest that the powers that be are these unknowable entities that exist above the campaigns, and my campaign is going to have a lot to do with the powers that be themselves, as opposed to the things they're influencing. Because one day, a long time ago, a powerful wizard was like, hey, I want to create a body for a god in the mortal world. And to do that, he basically had to invent a planeswalking spell. And when he did that, he vanished. And that person became my dreadlord. And the powers that be basically punished him by turning him into a dreadlord.
Interesting. Wait a minute.
I whispered to you.
I saw that. I had to clear my chat because it is being recorded.
Ha!
I heard a
okay.
Gurk.
Did you hear a Gurk, or did you hear me laughing at Echo?
I might have heard you laughing at Echo, but I thought that I heard Gurk try saying something and breaking up.
I think that was my Echo. I didn't hear Gurk.
Okay. Might have been your Echo then.
But yeah, so that's who my dreadlord is. That's what the campaign is centered around.
Neat.
It's my living campaign that technically can tie all of the D&D 5th edition worlds together.
All of the everything.
Arguably, it's a Planeswalker campaign. Or Ascendant campaign.
Right. I was actually going to say, it sounded familiar when you were describing it, and then when you messaged me, it kind of confirmed.
Yeah, well, when we created that character, I was left with a big mystery on my hands, and so now I've come up with an entire campaign to resolve that mystery.
Nice.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I am the. There were other dogs at the dog park.
It cut out when you said there were other dogs at the dog park. Yeah, I think it's cutting out too much, buddy. We're just gonna have to wait.
Sorry.
Badoop.
Badoop, 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 badoo. Oh, yeah. I guess it got too weak and it just forced him to disconnect.
Yep.
Alack, alas.
Badoop.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hi, back.
Ugh. Yeah, there were other dogs at the dog park, so we had to take them for an actual walk, and I have to go off the property to have a cigarette. And when I tried talking to you guys before, I was relying on mobile Wi-Fi or mobile data and just didn't have a good connection.
That stinks. I'm sorry.
Bunch of little things like that annoy me about this place, but it's still the nicest place I've ever lived in Greeley. A nice apartment. I'm no longer ashamed to have people over.
Nice.
Gives it.
Anyone heard from Keith?
I never left.
And never spoke.
Nope. Didn't need to. Come on, you guys should know that about me by now.
All right, fickety fick, it's your turn.
Alright, we're attacking that will-o-wisp, right?
Yes, another will-o-wisp spawned.
Alrighty.
Well,
Let's see if I can do this.
those of you that
Oh, wait.
weren't maintaining the ritual. Also, did Gert get a whole lot louder to anybody else, or is it just me?
He's
I
lying.
think it might be just. I didn't do anything different.
I didn't notice
Weird.
no audio change.
Weird. Oh, this gives me an advantage.
Yes.
That's why I did that. And sneak attack because I have advantage. And booming blade because I'm a dick.
That is a miss.
Wow. I'm done.
It's the will-o-wisp's turn.
Okay. And it is going to try and attack Druzzl.
The one person who didn't fuck with it because he's doing the ritual.
Yep. Miss. Or rather, 9 versus armor class.
Missed.
Lulu.
Yep, Lulu's turn. Lulu is going to try and stab it with her tusks.
Gore.
And missed. That is why she typically trumpets. Okay, then it would be Gilwyn. Let's see, Farah. She has... Oops. Alright, that is now 2 turns on the ritual with Druzzl. Druzzl, I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
14.
You succeed.
Nice. I am going to maintain the ritual, and as my bonus action, tell my Drake to attack the Will-O-Wisp.
Okay. Where is your Will-O-Wisp going?
To one of the... You mean the Drake? To one of the 2 open spots above. It doesn't matter which.
Okay. Is now flanking with Rowan.
Cool. So he gets advantage. Is that double 16s?
Yep.
For a 22 to hit. Or
That is a hit.
5 damage.
Is that magical?
No, currently it is piercing.
Okay. So it partially resists, or it resists it. It takes 2 damage.
Cool.
All right. Ravenguard is stunned. Top of the initiative. A Will-O-Wisp appears.
But where?
Rowan.
Jesus H.
You do have advantage on this. You're flanking with the Drake.
Not. I don't have advantage on the one I was swinging at.
Oh. Whoops.
The Steel Defender moves 1 square to the left. '18's a miss?
18's a miss.
Damn.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you got really lucky with the first 2.
Well, rude. Alright.
All right. Pick.
Let's try this again, shall we?
Hold up, you got extra sneak attacks on there.
Yeah, you have 2 sneak attacks.
Would you mind deleting one, please?
Not at all. It'll just be a moment. Done. $26 is a hit. Okay.
32 damage.
It is unconscious.
I poke it. One more time.
Do you have 2 attacks? Oh wait, you have an offhand.
I mean, technically that wouldn't have been rolled with the rapier, it would have been rolled with the dagger, but yes.
So subtract 1 from that.
I mean, either way, you don't roll to you would hit.
I was gonna say, since it's unconscious, you don't have to roll to hit. It's just an auto 2 fails.
Yeah.
Right. So
Wispy.
anything else during your turn?
No.
Okay. Saving throw. It passed. Okay. Wisp 2 is going to try and attack Druzzl.
Wait, we're down to me already?
No.
Oh. Oh, it's attacking me. That's what.
Yes. The 20 versus your armor class.
That hits.
And a bolt of lightning comes out of it and zaps at the or zap at you or zaps at your hands, which are gripping the sword. They're trying to get you to let it go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Okay. Lulu's turn. And Lulu is going to stomp on the will-o-wisp. Backlight's praying. That's one more round of the ritual. Only 2 more rounds to go. With Druzzl, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
19.
Success.
Cool. I am going to maintain my connection with the crown and use my bonus action to tell my Drake to attack the will-o-wisp.
Okay.
So let's, if he can, go diagonal with Rowan.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, it can.
Alright, cool. And so then... Oh, me targeting, that's not going to matter. Let's do this. Dang. Nice. So 22 to hit.
Okay.
You actually had advantage on that roll that you didn't take advantage of.
Oh, you're right.
Nice.
I'm not sure I want to use it now, though. Yeah, it's alright. We can take the 2. Woohoo.
Okay.
And that'll end the Drake's turn.
Alright. Top of the initiative. Will-O-Wisp appears. Rowan.
Yep. I'm gonna read this really quick. No. That should be with advantage, which is good because I nat one'd it, so ignore what's about to pop up. For a nat 20 instead.
Wow.
My Drake's gonna help. Oh, doesn't need to. Never mind. I was gonna give you an extra d6 of fire damage.
Okay. The Will-O-Wisp is unconscious.
How many rounds is this?
This
I think
is
I only need to clear one more.
this is going to be round 4 of the ritual. There's one more round after this.
Okay, my still defender is gonna run down immediately next to me. No, actually, he's gonna run around and use me to get advantage, so that he is straight below the thing.
And that would be 20.
Yeah, it's got a movement of 40, so.
Okay. That is a hit. Okay. Thick. The one immediately under Ravenguard is down. The other one is wounded, but still up.
Does that give me advantage there?
No. Ravenguard is unconscious. Well, it's stunned. He can't help provide.
Alright, well then how do I cancel that move?
Like that.
Okay. What? No. I don't recall doing that.
Hmm.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. No.
That is a miss.
And then for my bonus action, I can cast a cantrip. Can I not?
Depends on if it's a bonus action cantrip or not. What cantrip are you trying to cast?
No, it's in action. Eldritch Blast.
Oh, no.
Dang.
Alright. I pass turn.
Alright. Will-O-Wisp 2. Death saving throw. Pacha. Success.
You're a success.
Aww. Will-O-Wisp 3 is going to try to attack the Acolyte.
That's upsetting.
And misses.
What you get, dick? Soliloquy, I say to Lulu, killing blow! Protect Feria at all cost.
Okay. She trumpets. And from her trunk, sparkles emit in the face of this will-o-wisp. It fails. And takes 23 radiant damage. Acolyte continues her prayer as if nothing around, or as if she wasn't almost shocked by lightning. Druzzl.
Let me guess, you need a con save?
I do.
No, this time it's wisdom.
17.
Okay.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Can I attack and maintain the touch?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm
If
sorry.
so, I was gonna throw my hammer at the Will-O-Wisp 3.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. I'll just I'll tell my Drake to chew on Will-O-Wisps
Okay.
and let him choose which one he goes and chomps on.
Alright, he's going to munch on the will-o-wisp that's closest to him. Which
One
I
right in
believe is
front of him.
will-o-wisp 2.
Yeah. And he had advantage on that, didn't he? I caught it this time.
You don't have to roll for that since they're unconscious.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fine. And that'll be it. I maintain my touch.
Okay. So, top of the initiative. Will-o-wisp appears.
But where?
Rowan. It appears to the south of Druzzl.
All right.
That is a hit.
I wanna see how if is it this thing that I do? Yes. My Drake's gonna use its reaction to infuse your strike with extra fire damage.
Nice.
Damn it, that shouldn't have rolled over there. Oh, good, it didn't. Haha, it lied to me.
I see that help as he like breathed on your weapon as it went past. In this instance.
All right. It is heavily wounded.
Hold on. I had created a genie wrath.
Nice.
Have I created a psychic? I have created a psychic. Fuck yeah. It is dying.
Yep.
Cool. As a bonus action, I thwack it with my offhand. Dropping my shield, drawing my Sunblade so that it takes that double tap death save.
Okay. Since you use your bonus action for that, does that mean it's fixed turn?
No, the horse can still move and take a dodge action.
Okay.
Not that it matters, but the
I was gonna
horse
say-
moves north one. Now it's fixed turn.
Okay. Heck, all the enemies right now are unconscious. You want to start killing them off?
Yep, poking them.
Okay. Squish.
Poke them with my offhand.
Squish.
I'm done.
That one was apparently juicier than the other. Will-O-Wisp 3. Death saving throw.
Bye-bye.
That's 2 fails, right?
Yep, it hasn't had any fails yet, though. So, it's Lulu's turn. And stomp.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Acolyte finishes her prayer. Druzzl. One last Constitution saving throw.
Wait, why'd that roll with advantage?
I don't know.
10.
Wow, really?
Is that the DC?
No, the DC is 11. You failed.
All right, what does the failure do?
Do you have inspiration?
Oh, I do. Let's burn it. 11. I rolled that and I made the field goal with my arms. Oh man.
Tie is a success, right?
Correct.
That is my understanding.
Okay. For reference, your so you've already spent your inspiration, but all that would have done is given you 3d6 force damage.
Yeah, it's all right.
Worth. That's what I heard.
Pretty much, yeah. The reaction for me was worth it. My own reaction was worth it.
Okay. So the prayer stops, or the prayer ends rather, and with the last couple words, so does the ranting and raving from Ravenguard. For a moment, there is relative peace. Before Ravenguard's eyes snap open, and he takes like a deep breath, like he had been suffocating or fighting to get some air this entire time.
And the first thing he does is yell at us.
Ooh, what? Am I in High Hall?
You are, my lord. We rescued you from the crypt below the graveyard.
The ossuary. Right, there was... The demon portal. The demon portal. No! We have to go back. We have to find a way to... Huh?
The demon portal is currently guarded, and the ritual should have severed the connection, weakening the strength of the portal.
Lulu kind of flies down and examines the helm. Yes, I sense no form of corruption. Any link that this had to Baphomet or the demons has been removed.
It would seem, sir, for the moment, that the head of the Blazing Fist is free of his torment.
Yes, so it seems. Yes, sorry. Thank you, all. I suppose proper introductions are warranted. I am Grand Duke Ravenguard.
This we know, my lord, for it was you who caused the Marionettes to join this venture in the first place.
Right, the only of you that I recognize is him.
Who are you pointing at when you say him?
Thick.
It is true. The council, the High Council of the Gate of Baldur sent an entire caravan, as well as an educational envoy from the college. We have descended in an expedition to retrieve you. I look over at Thick and I say, of the members you yourself hired, he and one other remain members of the Forward Scout.
I see.
The Van Thamper issue has been dealt with, since technically that's what he originally hired us to deal with in the first place. That case led us here, to your aid.
Well, that's fortunate. As your aid may be of further use here, while I had the helm on, I received visions.
Visions, my lord?
Visions. I saw a bloodied woman in armor, a soldier wearing the colors and crest of Elturel. She was grasping a longsword fit for an angel, and fresh blood streamed from a nasty cut on her cheek. Lying next to her was, and he turns towards Lulu, you, actually.
And it is Zariel you saw, Lord Ravenguard. For Lulu has revealed herself to have been the mount of the fallen angel before her descent.
I see. He looks the Holophant up and down before continuing the description of his visions. I saw an enormous, loping demon threatening to devour the woman. She plunged her sword into the ground while the winged elephant made a trumpet sound with its trunk. The demon was hurled back as an alabaster palace rose up around the sword. And then this Holophant here fled and took to the red sky of Avernus, where it watched as a bloody scab grew up from the ground to engulf the palace and the demon.
I'm writing this down. Alabaster Palace, Demon, Sword of Zariel.
The Holophant fled and wandered in a delirium before coming upon two odd, bird-like humanoids, dressed in patchwork armor and standing next to a strange infernal vehicle. The bird creatures were equipped with odd weapons and tools. That's all I can remember.
Can you describe these weapons for me and tools? Assuming he gives me a description, I would like to make, I'm an artificer, I would like to make a check to see if I understand that these are some types of technology or not.
I think Kenku bot
Arcana?
broke.
No, it's still playing.
I just had static, and that was it. And it was the only one that was still green. I can hear it now, but I had static for a little bit.
That static was part of the music, I think.
Yes, it was.
Oh.
So Jaime, Arcana check to identify what he's talking about?
Sure.
Do I get to do it with advantage using his descriptions, or?
I will allow it.
$15?
Okay. I'll type something to you.
Okay. All right.
As far as their tools go, They were... Well, there might have been hammers, but there were other tools that were long and slender, had flat edges. One that at the end was shaped like a U.
Hmm. Interesting. When he says that, I pull out my widget wand and turn it into my tool set for like technical tools and say, like these?
Yes! Lulu looks down and over to Ravenguard and back down to the tools. Like,
Are we gonna get a Lulu memory?
Chuka? Clunk?
Are these names, my friend?
Yes, they're... I remember them. These bird folk, they're... They found me and took me to a junkyard called Fort Knucklebone.
Fort Knucklebone.
Yes, they build and repair infernal vehicles designed to move quickly across the wastelands of Avernus.
My ears, which have been laying flat since they turned into wings, are perked straight up in the air.
I don't remember who ran it, or who else is there, but I remember them.
Well, it seems, my friends, that Fort Knucklebone might be the next step on our path if we wish to seek out this alabaster palace and to hunt out the sword of our enemy, the blade of our enemy.
Give me a moment. And she hurriedly flies out of the cathedral.
Okay, bye.
She has gone for maybe a minute before she comes back down excitedly, which is very weird because she normally doesn't express any emotion.
That's not true. She expresses hatred for devils and demons.
Oh, that's fair. I can see it. Fort Knucklebone. I can see it from above. I estimate it to be no more than 10 miles away.
I hold my hand up to her and I say, remember, your estimations may be off. We were informed by the Otter Mage that distances in Avernus are subject to change.
That is true. But proceeding to Fort Knucklebone means leaving Elturel. It sounds like we have some decisions to make.
Indeed. Perhaps after we've all had a chance to rest. I say, looking at Ravenguard.
Aye. So, you finally have... Or, you have an idea on where you need to go next. And it sounds like you'll be taking the next steps, or your first true steps into Avernus. But what you find down there, no one really seems too sure of. Only that it is certainly wrought with danger. Everyone gains a level.
Hot frickin' dog. Okay. Is that where we're wrapping up?
Yeah, it feels like this is the best place to do so, and I would kind of want Gilwin here to help decide how to do things.
Okay. I'm gonna need a few minutes of your time in private, but otherwise,
Okay.
because now that we're level 9, Boston's supposed to return.
This is honestly the best time to do it.
Yeah, but there's a specific reason Boston would come to Avernus, and it's not even for this party. It's for, if you remember, he was trying to craft a Mysium apparatus, and the particular way he wants to craft his Mysium apparatus, I mean, I don't have to do it in private. So crafting downtime requires technically, like we've been doing I'm just collecting ingredients to do my crafting.
Mm-hmm.
But if I wanted to create a specific item, I'm supposed to come to the GM and be like, I want to create this specific item. I need you to create an encounter that is a CR equivalent of the ingredient I need for said magic item. The ingredient that he's looking for is sand from the river Styx.
Ah.
So basically, whenever our characters are going to be near the river Styx, would be a great time for you to drop a CR4 encounter in. 4 to 8. That would allow me to collect sand from the river Styx, because that's when he can basically just reappear. Like he was on the hunt for it, and coincidentally the party was there. Ha ha ha, he shows up.
Okay.
So, but I suspect we're gonna leave the caravan in Elturel, so.
That is ultimately up to you, and that's one of the things that I was hoping to get everyone to discuss, which we can do that over chat.
Yeah, or save it for next time when Gilwin's here.
Yep.
So. But word. Cool. Well, yeah. So yeah, just I don't know if we're gonna be. I mean, the river Styx I know is running right beneath the city, so presumably we'll be near it sooner rather than later. I could be wrong, but presumably we'll be near it sooner rather than later. That's when Boston will appear. So.
Okay.
I have a question. I already know what I'm doing for my level, but I want your guys' input too. Should I go level 4 monk, which gives me quickened healing, which is as an action I can spend 2 key points, roll a martial arts die, and regain that number of hit points, equal to the number rolled plus my proficiency, and an ASI or a feat? Or should I go a level of ranger and get an extra attack?
Extra attack. Mostly
was my
because
choice.
you can cure wounds and heal yourself already.
Yep. I mean, I think I'm going to be taking some more of monk eventually, because I think I wanted to go to unarmored movement to get even faster. Plus it gives me an extra attack. Interesting. Yeah, we're gonna go ranger.
Okay.
Word. All right.
I think I'm going bard.
You're going Bard? Cool.
I think so. I think I'm doing next level Bard.
I believe that pushes
Because-
level 4 Bard. That'll get you an ASI
Right.
or slash feat.
I'll have to take a look at feats.
Teehee. Teehee, teehee, teehee.
Yeah, between now and next session, Gurk, I'll help you since Gurkin's D&D Beyond character sheet is currently still under my stuff anyways. So I'll help
Okay.
you come up with it on Beyond within the next 2 weeks.
Just let me know when you want to do it.
Yep.
Saturday is no good though because we have Cam's game.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So yeah, just let me know.
Okay.
All right. I will catch you guys later.
All right.
Bye,
Sounds
buddy.
good. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Actually, Carl,
Yep.
I was gonna ask if you wanted to do the thing with Felix and the Dream.
I do, yeah. I really, really do. Do you want to do that now, or?
I can, or we can do it another time if you want to do your own thing or wanted to do your own thing.
I'm not opposed. I've been up for 26 hours right now.
Then
So-
why don't we schedule for another time? I would rather you get rest.
Okay. Yeah. Anytime before next session, we can knock it out.
Okay.
Groovy, buddy. I need you to resend me the text that you had sent me for it on anyways. I went looking for it in chat and it was so far back